I began watching Vlogbrothers videos around the time I started college. So I was pretty well pre-warned by John Green's videos that the first years after college can be extremely difficult. But even then, a warning doesn't really do much for the reality. It's hard to be prepared for what John Green brilliantly puts as the crushing monotony and paralyzing terror. I guess at the same time, it's pretty easy to feel those things while you're in college as well. Maybe not so much the crushing monotony, but definitely the paralyzing terror of, if I don't do this, all of this can come crashing down. It's rather frightening. It's been 5 months since I graduated, and everything has already been quite chaotic in its way. I mean, I moved to a different state, and things that I had planned for and hoped for didn't happen, and I needed a job. The month of December was probably the worst of it, where I was depressed and I was terrified, and I just couldn't quite handle life. I've come out of that now, and I work a lot. I think sometimes, for me at least, the best way to get through these really bad points in my life is to work, even when I feel like the work is pointless. I recently finished reading Craig Ferguson's autobiography, in which he refers to this sort of Scottish idea of work equals love. Sometimes he refers to it in a joking fashion, but I think there's some sort of merit to that, at least for me, in sort of showing people that you care and working and getting things done and taking advantage of the life that you have. I'm not a religious person, yet I carry or wear the chai with me every day as a sort of reminder that my life is a gift and I need to use it. I need to work with it because work equals love, work equals appreciation. And I think that really sort of fits the way that I try to live. So these days I push the terror to the back of my mind and try not to think too hard about that crushing monotony, and I go to work. I help people find books, I chat with my coworkers, or I come home and I write and I write and I write some more, and when I've pushed myself to the point of exhaustion, then I switch and I do some drawing or something else, like spend the day walking around the state park. And it's not perfect, but it's also not forever. It really is just for now. And if there's anything that I definitely myself have learned throughout my life is that things change so rapidly. I have lived different lives, I feel like. You know, I had that life where I grew up in my hometown, and then I moved to another town and I lived a whole new life there. And then I moved again and I lived a whole new life there. So here I'm really just on my fourth life, you know, my fourth regeneration, I guess. And sooner or later, I'll be giving this life up in favor of a new life, a fifth life, and hopefully an even better one. I know that there's really no way to be prepared for the future, but you, Adria, this is your last quarter at university, and Callie, you've got one more quarter after this, and you can't really be prepared. And I think in the back of your mind, maybe you're worried, maybe you're not, maybe you're like super lucky and you've already got everything figured out. But there's still a good chance that you're probably a little bit worried about what it's going to be like afterward, and you have to push that to the back of your mind because you have work that needs to be done here and now, and there really isn't any way to truly prepare for it. So I won't bother trying to warn you or give you advice. I'll just give you this video.